Okay, I've been fucking around with this for way too long. I made a separate video and I tried to upload it, but for some reason, whenever I make a video and upload it, because the resolution is better than this is, the direct upload link thing. Um, Whenever I try to do that, it gets all garbled and like weird. So fuck it. I'm just gonna do a video cam direct upload. I apologize for the shitty resolution. Okay, so this thing that's been bugging me lately, and I wanted to talk about this before I started writing, and that was like an hour ago. So I feel like I'm going nuts. So you're getting the short version. The shitty part was that I was actually under 10 minutes, and I was so proud of myself. Okay, so labels. Yoke Up, Jeff and Caroline, they're playing this label game, you know. So they make this video and they say Bella is not gay, and their whole, you know, the gist of their argument. For those of you who have to stop watching their videos for fear of you know, vomiting, is that being gay is a choice, that we are not born gay, and that Bella is not gay because it's a choice. Bella responds, here's the thing, you know, in terms of like that particular label, gay, straight, bi, I could give shit less what people do, or why they do it, as long as they're not hurting anybody and it's consensual. I don't really see a particular issue. That's my take on it. What people need to do to get off, how they need to feel comfortable or loved or secure, that's all up to them. As long as it's consensual, it doesn't matter. But labels, when Jeff and Caroline do this label game, they're essentially they label people as one or the other because that's their worldview. It's either or, black or white, gay or straight, saved or damned. And so they stamp this label on people, boom, and then they immediately can disregard them and move on. So I was thinking about all the labels that have been attributed to me, and here's a short list: son, brother, father, uncle, cousin, nephew, grandson, friend, student, teacher, asshole, typical liberal, anarchist, atheist, commie, godless, sinner, nice guy, good person, bad person, agnostic, Caucasian, white, whitey, white guy, professor, writer, poet, bastard, son of a bitch, loser, fat, ugly, drunk, handsome, Christian, saved. And I'm sure I'm missing a few, but you get the point. All of those labels, some of them I mind less than others. Some of them I find kind of funny. Most of them actually, that the ones that maybe I should find offensive, I find kind of hilarious. All of these labels are identifying my relationship to some other person. We see labels all the time. You have to, you know, fill in the little boxes on job applications. We have to talk, you know, male. There's one. Yeah, so I'm a guy. Ooh. Also husband. I like that one. Sometimes you have to fill in, you know, labels for yourself on job applications, on tax forms, on any number of things. And so the disturbing thing about labels is that in that sense they are moderately useful. They are bureaucratically useful. They help large machinations and departments and institutions identify us and pigeonhole us so that they know how to put us in their files. Here's the problem. As individuals, when we label people, we do the exact same thing that these bureaucratic institutions do when they make us fill out these little questionnaires, these little forms, and identify ourselves as male, Caucasian, married. On MySpace, you know, there's a place where you can put your zodiac sign, and I'm a Pisces. There's another label. So they are bureaucratically useful. But when people do that, we rob one another of our humanity. Because labeling someone is essentially a bureaucratic act, and there's nothing human about a bureaucracy. Now, people do work within bureaucracies, but those people are replaceable little linchpins or replaceable cogs, and so they are themselves robbed of their humanity because of where they work. Anyone who has a job, essentially, is being robbed of their humanity, unless they're working for themselves. And even then, I'm getting off track. But you see my point? Labels are a bureaucratic tool. And when we label one another, yoke up. When we label one another, we are essentially robbing each other of our humanity. And it is wrong and it is cruel. There's nothing wrong with having ideas. And sometimes in order to discuss things, we have to have identifiers. That's what words and letters are. They are identifiers for ideas. Nothing more, nothing less. So, but when we think that it's more than that, when we attach a label to a person and we call them gay or bisexual or straight or Christian or atheist, all we are doing is giving ourselves the right to dismiss them. And we can turn off the camera, we can change the television station, we can turn off the computer, but we cannot. And in that way, we can ignore and disregard people. You can kick them out of a room and stick them, and in that way, you can disregard them. But you cannot ignore their fundamental humanity. That is wrong, and it's dangerous. And why can't we just then accept that we are individuals, human beings, who embody or who have ideas? Then it wouldn't matter if we're objective or rational or subjective. We would just be people with ideas. Labels are dangerous because we give them much more power than they deserve. Labels have allowed us to make war and to do cruel and evil things and to have cruel and evil things done to us in the name of those labels. People have died for labels. And, I've had enough. I think it's stupid. And to continue in this vein, to continue to do this, beyond identifying ideological differences, to continue doing that is holding us back. In so many ways, it's holding us back. So, yeah, we need to stop. It's stupid, people. It's bullshit. And because ultimately, we're all going to disagree, and we're all going to, think evil thoughts. If somebody cuts me off in traffic, I tend to yell and call them an asshole. But then I let it go because I don't really know that person. I don't assume that they are in every other facet of their life an asshole. I assume that people have other facets of their personality. They have more depth and dimensions than what I might happen to see. Even yoke up, Jeff and Caroline. I'm just going to assume that there's more to you than what I see. Because if there wasn't more to you than what I see, I got to tell you, it would stifle my lingering little bit of faith in humanity. That's all I got to say. Hopefully this one will upload. I'll talk to you later. I got to go right now or my head's going to fucking explode. Bye.